Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jandi. In today's video, everyone's been asking for this, so we're gonna be talking about how to actually scale. This is gonna be 3 parts. Part 1 is going to be the basic one on how you can start scaling. So if you are struggling with your Shopify store or Facebook ads and you just don't know how to scale after you've tested a product, or maybe you're just breaking even and you're wondering how to make more money or make it profitable. So if you said yes to that, make sure you stay tuned, smash that like button, hit that subscribe and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that I upload. And just before we start, this is probably going to be the final call. I'm going to be increasing my price at the end of this week for my consulting calls. So if you want to get in touch with me, follow me on Instagram and message me your concerns, and then we can set up a call. Let's get started. Awesome, so this is episode 1 of the basic scaling strategy on how to get $200 plus per day. And I'm gonna be creating a playlist for all of my Facebook ad videos. I'm gonna call it Facebook Ad Mastery, so it's easier for you guys to go through that, and also a separate playlist for my winning products, or maybe another playlist for Shopify related. So this is to ensure that when you go through my channel, it's easier for you guys to navigate which ones you want to watch. And just before we actually start the content, I always do a one-on-one consulting call giveaway every video. If you want to be part of that, follow the steps below. I always announce the winner in my comment section on my next video, so stay tuned. The first thing you have to do is like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so. Turn that notification bell on. Follow me on Instagram and join our Facebook group. It's the first link in the description. Finally, comment down below #ActionTaker, plus your current struggles with your e-commerce journey. A quick guideline here: Facebook setup. Make sure your Facebook pixel is installed correctly. That's a no-brainer there. Your Facebook columns are set up properly as well. I'm also going to be sharing which columns you should have for your Facebook, and also understanding your metrics, the numbers, and all that data stuff. And more about the Facebook guidelines. So this is just the basic terminology, so if you see me write these stuff in the following videos, you can understand what I'm talking about. So if I say LAA or LLA, both of them make sense, but they usually mean lookalike audiences. CA is custom audiences, CBO is campaign budget optimization, ABO is ad set budget optimization, DC is dynamic creatives, that's something new, DPA is dynamic product ads. Okay, take a screenshot of this, take notes, and just make sure that you have this in your mind throughout this Facebook Ad Mastery episodes. So a quick requirement before you scale. So you're probably asking, you've tested a product, you're almost breaking even, or you're actually profitable, and you're wondering how to start scaling. The first thing you want to look at is, are you actually breaking even? Are you profitable after 3 to 5 days of testing, depending on your budget? Is your website ready for scaling? Now this is something really important, which I will go explain more about. Now, do you have upsells already? Do you know your actual numbers? And do you have enough a budget to actually scale? Are you ready to scale? Do you have the money for it? First, I just want to show you guys the actual Facebook columns that you guys should have. This is the bare minimum, so you can understand the numbers properly. So just quickly going over this, the amount spent, you obviously want CPM there, reach, unique link clicks, that's very important. Cost per unique link clicks, unique CTR, this is very important. I actually use this a lot now, especially when I'm trying to understand if my ad set, my interests, lines up with the ads that I created. Website content views, that's basically when people actually land on your page. Website add to cart, cost per add to cart, this is also very important, especially when you're scaling. checkout initiated. This is optional if you want that or not, but it's good to have it anyway. Website purchases, obviously if you sell something. Cost per purchase, this is probably the most important out of every metric that I'm covering here. Not even ROAS. Okay, this is my top one here, and I'm gonna be explaining later on why. Now, website purchases conversion, that's the total revenue of your total sales. And also website ROAS and video percentage watch. Now, I'm not sure if this is still available, but for all the old ad accounts, you would still have this. So the first thing you want to understand before you scale is, are you using CBO or ABO? Okay, they will actually affect the way you scale because of how different your campaigns are set up. And I'm also going to be explaining how to scale with CBO and how to scale with ABOs. Remember, CBO is campaign budget optimization, ABO is ad set budget optimization, which is the old way. I put a lot of emphasis on CBO because of Power 5. If you don't know what that is, search up Power 5 Facebook. It's very, very important. And CBO is actually going to be permanent in the next few months. The very basic scaling strategy that I want to go over here is adding 2 or more interests daily if you are breaking even or profitable. Adjust the budget of CBO if you add more interests. You analyze your data, check age, gender, country, placements. Now this is all very important here, and this is all just CBOs. Now if you are using ABOs, you basically just duplicate your current ad sets that you have in there, whatever the budget is. Okay? And if you want to add more interest on a CBO, you also want to adjust the budget. For example, if you are running $100 CBO budget and you have 10 ad sets there, okay, if you kill off 2 interests and you add 2 more, you keep it the same. Okay, but if you want to have 12 or more ad sets, then you obviously want to adjust the budget so Facebook can allocate more spend on other ad sets as well. For example, if you wanted to add 5 more interests or 5 more ad sets over your 10 ad sets, you want to increase your budget up to $150. Now that's not the single way to do it, but that's basically the very, very bare minimum of what you should do when you are using CBO. Now I created a little mind map here so you guys can understand if you actually should scale or not and what to do after that. The first thing is, are you breaking even or profitable after 3 days? If no, then kill the campaign, move on, next product. Don't get attached to the Facebook ads and the product that you are testing. This is very, very important because you're going to be saving a lot of money if you don't put your emotions with it. Understand the numbers, understand the data that Facebook is giving you so you don't lose as much money. Are you ready to scale? Okay? If you said yes to breaking even or profitable, are you actually ready to scale? Okay? If not, then you run it for 2 more days. Okay? If it's not profitable or breaking even, then kill the campaign again, move on. If it's profitable after 2 days again, then you have to ask yourself, is it CBO or ABO? Then we can talk about that more. However, if you are just ready to scale, you have the money, just go straight here. What are you using, CBO or ABO? If you are using campaign budget optimization, like I said previously, you create 2 or more interests per day, very important, and adjust the budget accordingly. You also want to start killing the bad ad sets, okay? And if you are using ad set budget optimization, then you also create 2 or more interests per day, basically just duplicating your current ad sets. So if you're running $5 or $10 ad sets, it doesn't matter. Don't change the budget, okay? And then you also want to kill the bad ad sets as well at the same time. So that's the basic mind map here if you are ready to scale and you want to scale straight away. So let's just go back here The most important one here is, are you breaking even or profitable the first 3 days? And the way to look at that is you have to know your numbers. For example, if you have a $30 product, the product cost is $10. Obviously, your profit margin is around $20. Now you have to minus the fee as well. It's about 2 to 5%. So let's just say your actual profit margin is $18. Now you have to keep that in mind. That is very, very important, especially when you're scaling, because it does add up. That little $2 there, if you are doing 50 to 100 orders per day, that adds up to what? Let's say $200 loss if you don't know your profit margin properly. So let's just say you are making sales on this ad set and the cost per purchase is about $15. So that means for every orders that you get, you are only paying Facebook $15, which means you have that $3 profit per sale. Now, if you got up to $20, that means you are losing $5. This is why I like looking at cost per purchase. If a customer buys two, okay, in a particular ad set, your ROAS would definitely go up. Okay, yes, it's going to be more profitable, but let's just say your cost per purchase is $20. So you spend $20 on this ad set to sell two orders on a single customer. In the long run, okay, even though your ROAS is profitable, but that cost per purchase, that interest here, is not going to be profitable in the long run. What I'm saying is your cost per purchase will start increasing the longer you run that single ad set. So it's better to look at your cost per purchase than ROAS, okay? Because you want to look at the longevity of an ad set and make sure that throughout that time you are always profitable. That ad set here, it doesn't matter if your ROAS is profitable, but if your cost per purchase is not profitable in the long run, it's gonna affect you and it's gonna bite you in the ass. Okay, just have that in your mind. Now this is most of the people fall off. A lot of the calls that I get, they are struggling to be profitable when they are scaling. Today I'm gonna quickly discuss horizontal scaling versus vertical scaling. Now vertical scaling is basically increasing the budget. You're just increasing the amount spent on a single ad set or maybe your CBO. Horizontal scaling is testing different kinds of interests or audiences. For basic scaling strategy, when you are just starting to scale, I 100% would not use vertical scaling at all. Just because you are doubling the budget, it doesn't mean you're gonna double your profit. So if you have a profitable ad set, it doesn't always mean you can double or triple the profit out of it. Okay? Most of the time, 90% of the time, your cost per purchase will increase, so you're paying more to get that purchases if you are vertical scaling. And this is why I love horizontal scaling. The more interest you test and the more audiences you test, lookalike audiences, the more profitable ad sets you will find. And that way, once you have multiple profitable ad sets, you will be able to scale quickly, especially using the vertical scaling method. And I'll give you guys an example. I had a person who have a profitable campaign after 3 days, okay? He tested about 10 ad sets and only 2 ad sets were profitable. But overall, he was profitable. And he started scaling with 2 ad sets without testing other interests and audiences. And he wondered why isn't this working? Why am I not getting more profit? Why am I at a loss actually for this day? Because he was exhausting that particular audience, that 2 audiences, because he was spending more money on it. And like I said, 90% of the time, you won't get the result that you want if you vertical scale. Now imagine this. I told him to start testing other interests and audiences, okay? So he was still increasing the amount spent and he was getting more revenue and he was getting more profitable ads, more profitable audiences at the same time. Plus, he's getting more data, more higher quality data. So once he start testing lookalike audiences, it will just be profitable from the get-go. This is how powerful horizontal scaling is. I got up to around 30 to 40 ad sets in a single campaign, and I found 15 audiences that are really profitable. Now this is just interest. We're not even talking about lookalike audiences. I started scaling with 15 interest, profitable interests, and I found about 5 interests that I can vertically scale while staying profitable. I hope you guys are getting this. I hope you guys are writing stuff down, because this is very important, especially when you are ready to scale. Make sure you test more audiences, test more interests before you vertical scale. Part 2 of the scaling strategy is going to be later on. It's going to be intermediate, and that's when we're going to start talking about different tactics and methods, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So if you're not subscribed yet, or you haven't hit that notification bell, you might miss out. Go ahead and do that now. Comment down below #ActionTaker so you can win a one-on-one consulting call with me. Like this video if you learned something new. I hope you guys have a nice day. See you soon.